adjustable rate, which in these last few years have been great, but I would rather have it on something more, because I got a feeling these rates are going to go crazy here once the economy and the workforce, and we're back to 100%, and they're going to start raising the interest rates. Anyway, it goes 2% either way, whatever way the rates go.
Right.
So right now, I'm at 3%, 3.25%, but they're telling me, I tried to refinance this home 3 different times, and every lender tells me, since I do my taxes on a Schedule C, because I'm a corporation, an S-chapter corporation, and I work my income down to nothing. So there's less taxable income to be taxed at the end of the year. But the bad side of that is I gotta show 45% of my income to get a loan. So in other words, I'm showing I'm a walker. You understand? Yeah.
You're a self-employed person who writes off all their income. Again, every self-employed person has a choice. I mean, hey, Becky, we have self-employed people that make $1 million a year but only show $300,000. So, yeah, they're not showing what they make, but they have plenty of money to qualify. So, if you make $100,000 a year and you only show $25,000, $30,000, Becky, it is hard to qualify for a mortgage.
Yeah, you have to show money on paper if you're trying to do anything with your finances, okay? And I definitely understand that, you're self-employed and you have your write-offs, you have things like that, right? But when you're trying to get a mortgage, obviously, you might have to back off a little bit on those write-offs that you might have for paying your employees and things like that. I mean, so it's definitely something that if you have tried and failed several times, you probably should talk to you. You should probably get in contact with a CPA. We're not tax advisors, but you probably should talk to someone that can kind of advise you on how you need to run your income a little bit better. That's going to allow you to check these boxes that you need to get yourself in a better position with the finances with the mortgage. Because again, you're in an ARM. This is not a adjustable rate market. We are in a fixed rate market. We are here to attest to that. And if you're at 3 to 4, that is great, that we can secure you probably a little bit lower than that. And that's something that you definitely should want to aspire to with your goals. So we're halfway through 2021, so definitely try to think about that, and I would get in contact with your CPA right away to make sure that you're on target for 2021 taxes. Then we can get you refined right after that.
So we answer this question, how many years would you get to go back before I can try it again? On my tax return, you only gotta go back 1 year?
I mean, you can have at least 1 year, yes, but again, that is going to be contingent upon your specific situation. So once we talk with you after, off air, we can kind of analyze your situation to make sure that you're going to be someone that just when your tax return will work for you.
Hey, Louis, just tell me something. I don't want to get into it too deep, but what do you owe on this place?
I owe $108,000.
Oh, it's okay. It's still $100,000. Yeah, you good. Okay.
Listen, I have a lot of equity. I got a home that is paid for. I got,
Hey, look, you don't need to do anything right now. We can't hear your whole life story. It's only an hour show, but I appreciate the call. No, it's good stuff, man. If you didn't do anything right now, there's no hurry for you. Like you said, you got a great equity position, but definitely an opportunity to maybe fix that rate up. And anyone out there listening, sometimes you just got to refinance your house. Sometimes you can hang on to it. So we'll talk a little bit more to 248-539-9797.
I'm Jeff Lesson. This Sunday, it's the Moose Ridge Golf Club, one of the best publics in Michigan. Available right now at LessonOnGolf.com. Twosomes for just $85. Sunday, 8 a.m. Lesson on Golf, 97-1. The ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation and MLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Detroit, it's Tanya from Lamont Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with exciting news. Our brand new facility in Italy City is finally complete. We're almost
land contract. Here, you're going to jump in right after. Standard land contract typically is a reason we might want to show that you've made 12 timely payments. And the key with that land contract payment is that it's not paid in cash, that it's documented, that you have bank statements or actual copies of canceled checks that'll show that you're making that payment. Harry, you go for it. What do you got, Harry? We'll come back to you, Kev.
Well, the mortgage people. I like stuff the mortgage people. You can't transfer a land contract to a mortgage. You actually have to qualify for a mortgage, and then we pay off the land contract holder. So there's no just signing something and transferring. You actually have to qualify. That's number one. Number two is we have to collect all the documents and take a look at it. So I'm all for stumping the mortgage people, but we have to see how this unfolds before we can even say that we're stumped.
Yeah, you know what?
What was the rest of
Go
the
ahead,
question?
It was a general. It was just to he said was to transfer a land contract. But look, here's a couple things about land contracts. Families out there that have land contracts now, if you've paid 12 timely payments and you've worked on it and your credit's in a good situation, you're going to qualify for mortgage. You can do a refinance to a conventional loan if you qualify that way. You can refinance to an FHA loan. If you'd like to pay off your land contract and take cash out, you can do an FHA mortgage up to $356,362. So there's lots of choices, and anyone who's listening who might have a land contract, give us a phone call. Simple say 248-539-9797. We'll talk about your situation, Joe. Look, you want to sell the house, or once in a while there'll be a seller out there that in today's marketplace will say, I don't know, give me $100,000, I'll be your bank. I just don't see that happening lately.
It's not the most common, but it comes up, right? And here's the thing, is if you're going to enter a land contract, you also should be talking to somebody like Becky or you guys who's going to keep in touch throughout the term of this contract. You're likely entering a land contract for a reason. It might be that you know, unfortunately, maybe you're in a car accident, right? So you stopped working, you got some damaged credit now, but you got the cash. So you do a land contract and you repair the credit. So you work with someone who's qualified to help you repair the credit and get out of land contract, because a land contract deal is not a standard conventional mortgage. It's probably 5 or 6%. It was probably 30 or 40% down, right? It's more than a normal conventional mortgage, FHA mortgage fee. I'm not using those terms. I'm just meaning it's land contract versus something that we get from the bank.
Fair enough. You know, John Kolb, I believe, is calling in. Good morning, John. You're calling us from the middle of the state. What's happening?
What's up, guys? How are you? I gotta jump in on that because, you know, that land contract question is, there's a lot of different avenues you can go with it, and we have to evaluate whether or not that land contract is recorded versus unrecorded, what value you want to use in terms of when you go to do it as a refinance. Are you going to use the value that is current value or the value stated in the land contract? Because if you're under 12 months, you got to use the value that's stated in the land contract. After 12 months, you can use current value, kind of like, you know, after you made your 12 payments, you can use what's going on in the market out there. So there's a lot of nuances to those land contracts and when and what you can do, whether it's conventional or FHA.
No, it's a great point. There's lots of different angles on there, John, and thanks for joining us, of course, in the middle of the state. John, stay on the line with us. We'll have some other conversations you can join in at 248-539-9797 if you want to sneak in a call. We've had a few good calls this morning. Land contracts are always a great topic. The families out there, Joe, as you mentioned, there's a reason why someone wants to do some unconventional financing with a seller. And just in today's market,